those of us who have the Wild Mount book, or even the Tal'dorei book, you've most definitely come across the Vestiges of Divergence. But what are they? How can I use them in my game? In this video, we're discussing that very topic. What's up, wormlings? Welcome back to the Blue Dragon Guild. If this is your first time here, I'm Baron. This channel is all about Dungeons and Dragons, so if you need some more of that in your YouTube timeline, hit that subscribe button. Created by Matt Mercer of Critical Role, the Vestiges of Divergence are wonderfully powerful items that will evolve with your characters as they grow. So if you're playing in Tal'dorei or Wild Mount, good news. These are already written into the game, written into the story, so you don't have to do any work whatsoever except decide when to give them to your party. But if you're playing in a homebrew world, there's just a little bit of work that you'd have to do to put these into your game. The Vestiges are ancient relics that are handed down to the mortals from the gods. They can also be relics of super powerful mages who imbued these items with immense power. And these things are pretty easy to write into your story. The existing divergences that are in both of these books, just a few name changes here and there, they'll fit right into your lore. Maybe even keep the names the same and just change up the history of the weapon, item, whatever it is that you're using. The problem that we run into is putting them into an existing world, like Forgotten Realms or Eberron or Ravnica. Because the lore, the history of these worlds is already so deep, these items don't necessarily have a place there without a little bit of tinkering. It even says in the Wild Mount book that a lot of the things in there that you shouldn't just throw into your game without a little bit of thought process, because some of them are a little wacky, but all of them are very fun. So with just a little bit more work, a little bit of tinkering, you can put these into Forgotten Realms, into Ravnica, however you want to do it. The big thing with the Vestiges of Divergence is that they advance with your characters as they grow in the story. There are 3 states that the Vestiges are in. There is Dormant, Awakened, and Exalted. Now, this isn't as cut and dry as it sounds. There's not really a rigid system for how these level up in the game. These items advance through various means, be it character growth. Something happens, an important thing in that character's backstory comes to light. They have some great revelation. That can be one way that the Vestiges will evolve with their characters. But there are some instances in which the Vestiges will evolve under situations of great duress. You're in this huge battle, half of your group is down, there's just not enough power, you don't have enough. Well, this might be the perfect moment that your item will evolve with you, and it causes you to turn the tide of battle in the favor of you and your party. And that can cause for a really fun cinematic scene where just the paladin steps up, raises his sword high, and brings it down on the demon attacking. It's a lot of fun you can have with these. On page 271 of the Wild Mount book, there's a nice little subsection that talks about all of this stuff in a lot greater detail. I recommend you check that out. The thing I like the most about the Vestiges is that they are perfect for players who love role-playing, as well as those who don't. The design of these certainly promotes role-playing, but it absolutely does not depend on it. Those players that don't really get into the role-playing side of things, those moments of duress that we talked about a sec ago, that's going to be where their Vestiges evolve. As a DM, I like these because it gives a nice little power boost to the party. It's not so much that it's going to be game-breaking, but just enough that it makes the players feel like they've got a grasp on this ancient power that's just perfect for them. And then that allows for me to throw a few more challenging encounters at them just to kind of test the waters and see maybe what the future of these items is going to be like. And then as a player, I got this nice, powerful item that grows with me as I do. So let's take it down to the comments section. What do you think of the Vestiges of Divergence? Do you allow them in your games? Do you think they're too powerful? We'd love to hear your thoughts. So thank you all for watching. If you want to see some more Dungeons and Dragons content, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see a video about some tips for running your games, check it out right here. And until next time, keep the dice rolling.